We'd like to say thank you. Longview Tea Party is very patriotic. We're very thankful for our country, for our military, for our veterans. So at this point, we just like to say thank you. If you're a veteran, we'd like you to please stand up so that we can give you a round of applause. So if you're a veteran, please stand. Thank you. The Tea Party realizes that if it wasn't for your service, that we wouldn't have the freedoms we have. So thank you very much for that. Announcements. Guest speaker tonight is Dr. Keith Rothrop. Keith will be talking about the power of the local precinct. Keith is here. He's a Republican, used to be ex-Republican party leader. The stuff would probably be the same for the Democrats and the Libertarians, but Keith was good enough to volunteer, so that's why Keith is doing it on the kind of the Republican basis, but it would probably work over to the Democrats and Libertarians if you're so inclined to go do that. He's also going to do a mock precinct convention tonight, okay? And we'll see what kind of happens on the precinct convention. We'll kind of tell you why it's important and why we're covering the subject. So thank you, Keith, for coming up today. Okay, announcements. We have a 4th of July celebration down at Maud Cobb. It's inside the Maud Cobb Center. It's air conditioned, okay? It's in July 4th, it's air conditioned inside. It's a nice table, okay? You sit down in the air conditioning. It's good, man. It's not hot, it's not sweaty, you're not standing up. You get to walk around a little bit, it's a good time. Front row seat for the fireworks at night. You're there, we hang around, you bring your chair out, you watch the fireworks go up. They almost land on you when they come down. So it's a good time, you're in there, and you get in for free. So if you want to help at the 4th of July, basically just people come by, you talk to them about, what is this Tea Party group? What do you do? So talk to Cindy about that. It'd be that, whatever that day, the 4th of July is on the sign-ups in the back. Anyway, go talk to Cindy. We can use your help at the booth, maybe just a couple hours or all day if you want to. The balloon race. We're going to do the balloon race. That's our really big outreach for the community. That's the Great Texas Balloon Race. Friday night and Saturday night. Saturday during the day, late, and then Saturday night. There's a ton of people out there. They come from basically all over East Texas, some from out of state. It's a great opportunity to get our message out, get our name known, get stuff out like that. It could be a little warm, but we got tents, we got fans. It's not that hot, it really isn't. You get breeze out through there. It's kind of somewhat pleasant. So we're looking for people that can work the tables. When we get people, we have kind of like fishermen outside. Like me, I'll stop them and talk to them a little bit. I give them a stick flag, and then usually we try to get a $100 gift certificate to go over to our table, and I tell them that's our little hook to get you over and just get our message out. So it's a free chance for that. But we need people at the tables to sign people up for the newsletter, things like that, talk to them about the Tea Party. And also for people to stand outside and talk to them a little bit, kind of help stop them and direct them over to our table. It's kind of fun. You can do either one. You can work in a couple of shifts. It's not that hot, it's not that uncomfortable. You can do a couple hour shifts. It's free, you get in, you don't have to pay. So if you want to do something like that, if you want to be active, you want to do something. You don't have to stand out front and grab people and all that. You can work the table. We'll take any help we can get. It's a good time, it really is. Any of the sign-up sheets are in the back. Right against that back wall, it says sign up for things like that. We really need volunteers. We need people to be involved. So, this is your group. Please consider doing that. And again, it's easy. If you've never done something like that, we'll train you. It's not a big deal. So, again, please try to help us out. No meeting in July. The 4th of July kind of comes right around the same time as our Maud Cobb thing, so we normally don't have a meeting in July. Everybody's gone on vacations, so it makes it convenient to just roll that in. August 3rd meeting is going to be State Controller Glenn Hager. Okay, he's the guy that says, here's how much money you legislative people can spend. And then, the rumor is the process starts, they try to work around that number. But anyway, he's the guy that sets that number. He's a statewide local official. He's up there in the food chain. He's come to talk to us. So Cindy got really good when he got him to come here. He's also going to be the guy that has the keys to a vault that's going to be able to store gold and silver. If it's outside of Texas and Texas owns it, They're going to bring it back to Texas, put it in our little Fort Knox here in Texas, so that we have it. If anything goes wrong, we have our gold and silver here, not somewhere in Delaware, like Baltimore. Not a good idea. I'm just saying, these are the little things that you're going to hear, and this guy's going to give you a report about how we get the money, where it comes from, and why it's important to you. So that'll be our August meeting. I talked to Cindy about this and said, you know, we didn't, when I was gone here in the spring, we spent a lot of money. And you know, it's when you have a donation box, I personally like to know where my money goes if I give it to somebody. So if you put anything in that donation box, it goes to, we rent our booths at the special events, like the Texas Balloon Race, $150. City of Longview Celebration, $25. Table Cinco de Mayo, we had that just recently. We have those little stick flags you see on the table. That's when people walk by, we hand them one. That stops them at the balloon race or the table. And we get talking to them about that. We get a lot of people with just stick flags. We go through probably 2,000 stick flags a year for that. We also have a gift card that we say, you want to go sign up for a gift card? Free. No, just an email address. And then we ask them if you'd like to have your email address, get a free newsletter. Okay, maybe a phone number for call about meetings. It's a way to stop people, give them a chance for a gift card, and they go over and they go, sure, put me on the newsletter. We get our message out. So we fund that. We give away a lot of copies of our stuff, like the welcome packet and everything else at the balloon races, at the meetings. Cinco de Mayo table, we do a lot of pass out information, coloring stuff for the kids there. We had an ad in the newspaper for Town Hall and Mayor, about $700 for both ads, to advertise the debate and the town hall meeting we had. Speakers who come in travel, about every year, it's about $700 for mostly just gas expenses. Sometimes we've got to give them a hotel and stay overnight, and they come a long way. So we also donate funds to the church to allow us to use this facility. So I told Cindy, you know, people say, okay, but I want to see where my money goes. I don't want it to just go in a hole. When I pay taxes, I want to see where it goes. So these are the things where your money goes. So when you give us donations, that helps with the costs in the group. What the group doesn't cover, Cindy and I cover. So we're trying to get the message out and reach out. So, you know, if you can help us in the boxes, that's fine for a donation. If not, we would prefer your time and talents first. If you only want to do one thing, time and talents, please volunteer with us. Please help us out with your time and talents. Money's later. You know, whether we have it or not, it's irrelevant. We want your help. We want you to be involved. This is your group. We'd like you to just, you know, kind of take ownership in it. So thank you very much for anything you've done for us this year and last year. We're only as strong as our people together. So again, we just say thank you for that. What difference does the Tea Party make? And, you know, my question was, what difference do we make anyway? Who cares? Well, we encourage people to give up. Don't give up on the government process. It's too easy to just throw the towel in. The liberals don't do that. They're just kind of fixated and brainwashed. They don't give up on the process. We do. As conservatives, we get depressed. We get kind of feeling it's useless. Why should I do it? The Tea Party says no. Stand and fight. You've got to stand and fight. Take a stand. We help them with that. We want to stay engaged. We would help them get educated on the process. We give them information so you can be an educated voter. Educated voters are smart voters. You know, don't go out and vote just because you can. Go out and vote because you're smart. And you pick the best choice possible, no matter who it is. You want to know, do you know exactly what happened in this year's Texas legislative session? Probably when you peel the onion, it'll make you cry to see exactly what happened in the legislative session that's just ending. How many bills that were good bills that were supposed to be passed, that should have been passed with a super majority that we have in this session, that were killed? How many were never given the light of day, and how it happened? It would just disgust you to see what happened. There's a few bills that came out the last day, the campus carry, some of the other stuff. It's the very last day. They've been down there for, what, 5 months, and they do it the last day. This is what the Tea Party will tell you, give you the information. And the 2016 elections are right around the corner. And this is kind of what Cindy's big thing. If you don't get involved, if the Tea Party doesn't motivate the conservative base to come out, you're going to be sitting there saying, gosh, here comes President Bill and Hillary again. Or President such and such, whoever the such and such is. If you want the best people that's in the Republican primary, you need to get out and be active with it. You need to be involved. You need to be willing to be engaged. The Tea Party is going to help you. You know, you can't do anything by yourself. You put everybody together. One person can't do much. You put 500, 50, it makes a difference. 50 people, 5 people, banded together with a common goal can make a big difference. So the Tea Party is going to help you with facts so that you can pick the best candidate. That's why the Tea Party exists. You know, if we, in a perfect world, we wouldn't be needed, but neither would cops. But, you know, the world's not perfect. Okay, thank you. Cindy and I, the board of directors, people that are active in the Tea Party, I want to say thank you for everything you've done for us all year. Sometimes it's nice to just hear it. You know, to say we appreciate what you do. You come out on a night like this, it's a nice night. I'm sure there's other things that you know, kind of have for your time. So thank you for coming out, being involved. Thank you for being part of the process. Thank you for being interested in the education. So please take that interest and see if we can kind of roll it into helping either Keith, the precincts and the Republicans. You can do the Democrats, you can do Libertarians, however you want it. But please be involved in the process. It's very important. But thank you for everything you do for us. We really appreciate it. And again, that is it for Mike's Corner. It was interesting. Anyway, tonight's speaker, Dr. Keith Rothra and Wes Brummett. Right after I get done, we'll come up, talk to us a little bit about local political action committee, conservative political action, PAC, PIC, that's here in Longview that you may be interested in. So at this point, I'm going to turn it over to Wes, and then when Wes is done, we'll give it to Keith.
People can see me. Thanks, Mike. Thanks, Cindy, for letting me come out and just talk a little bit about Vocal. Before I do that, though, today the Senate, Texas Senate, voted our own Senator, Kevin Eltop, as a pro tem. How many is excited about that? 1 or 2, okay. A couple of bills into the session, our own David Simpson put out a bill for marijuana legalization. Anybody excited about that one? No. No?
Who's not?
Yeah, exactly. Vocal is an organization. It stands for Voice of Conservatism and Liberty. What we do is we help you guys. We are one of the 2 political action committees in East Texas. One of them is Grassroots America. I'm sure you've heard of them over in Tyler, but they kind of stay around the Tyler area. We are here in Longview, Marshall, Kilgore, Gilmer, and such. We kind of concentrate on the Rusk, Harrison, Gregg counties, and Upshur. Local races, state races, and such. What we can help you do is endorse candidates that are constitutional conservatives. We are looking for like-minded individuals as you, like-minded individuals, say as a Brian Hughes or Greg Abbott or Ken Paxton. I'm sure many of you like them, or even Ted Cruz. Okay, so what we do in that process is we have a committee and we go through a vetting process and we ask some questions. Mike was kind enough to help us in some of that vetting questions from We the People last year, and we went through that, and some of the other organizations that we come get our information from are Empower Texans, people like Young Conservatives of Texas and such. So we go through some of that process to vet those candidates. Coming up, like Mike said, 2016 elections are coming up, And so we're looking at some of those races within the state and locally that'll be in that arena. Now, most of that's going to be presidential, we know. Back in the last primary, though, we, as Vocal, the board members, endorsed, well, let me just back up. All but one of our endorsements won statewide office. So that was Abbott and Ken Paxton and Glenn Hager, and all our state reps that we endorsed, they actually won. What we are looking for again is commitment from individuals like yourself to help us fund this organization, because like Mike said, it does take money to run things, okay? And your donations does help us get those endorsements out. We ran a newspaper ad, Longview News Journal. You know this is expensive to run ads in the Longview News Journal. We ran ads in the Marshall News Messenger and other outlets and media website announcements and such. So it does take those donations. So as you give to We the People for their expenses and such, please consider Vocal as another avenue so that we can get that word out to help you guys, because none of the groups like yourselves, We the People, I think there's East Texas for Life, East Texas for Liberty and such, none of those are PACs. We're the only PAC that can endorse people, and we want to do that and help you guys to get that out there, okay? There are some flyers in the back. It has my number on it, it has our board member phone numbers on it, it has our web address, Facebook address, so please go to those, check us out, read about us, and just help us out. Thank you.